This is Gosa, and we're students with the digital media class. And this is our final project called Project Ninja!
Alright, first we need to ask ourselves, what is a vector? A vector is a quantity that has magnitude, which is a numerical value, and direction, which could be positive or negative, such as somebody walks 5 meters to the left or 3 meters north. And so in this presentation, we're going to provide you with a few examples and equations to help you understand vectors. Here's a diagram explaining how vectors are made. You have vector A and vector B, and to add them, you use the tip-to-tail method. The first diagram is tip-to-tip, which is incorrect because the resultant vector would be in the wrong place. The second diagram is tail-to-tail, which is also incorrect because it would give you the wrong resultant vector. The last one is correct because it uses the proper tip-to-tail method. You put the tip of vector B to the tail, which is the arrow of A. Alright, so here are some examples of equations you'd use to find the x and y components of vectors. Say you have vector A and vector B, and C is your resultant vector that you want to find the value of. To find the x component of a vector, let's say A, you use the value of A times cosine theta, which is the angle. To find the y component of A, you use the value of A times sine theta. You do the same for vector B, but use the value of B instead of A. Once you find each, you add the x components of A and B to get the x component of C. And then you add the y components of A and B to get the total y component of C. And to find the total value of C, you use the square root of C x squared plus C y squared. Okay. So here we have an experiment with Neha and a ninja that we will try to find the total distance it traveled. The first thing Neha does is walk straight up at a 90-degree angle, and she moves 3 meters. Now she walks perpendicular to where she landed, and she traveled 4 meters. So now we draw a resultant vector, C, from where she ended, from where she began from. So this is our final example shown by the animation. So we will use an example of a girl walking to school. She leaves her house at a 45-degree angle in reference to the east for 5 meters, which is vector A. Then she travels for 10 meters at a 60-degree angle in reference to the west, which is vector B. Then she decides to turn back at a negative 30-degree angle from the east for 5 meters to stop by a gas station to buy some candy to snack on at school. And we can call that vector C. After that, she rushes across the street in the direction of west to her school to make it to the class for 20 meters, which is vector D. Now we are finding the x and y components of A, B, C, and D, and the resultant vector E. The x component of A is equal to 5 cosine 45, which equals 3.54 meters. The x component of B is 10 cosine 120, which is negative 5 meters. Alright, well, thank you for watching our video. We really hope you enjoyed it and you learned something about vectors.